There's a need for transformation that cannot be overlooked. There are no easy solutions. We must push forward. We're living in an intense, vibrant period of history, and it's becoming increasingly urgent to plan our country's future. It will take creativity, flexibility, and technological innovation. We need speed and expertise to manage this change. At this moment, Milan's reputation is at an all-time high. Politecnico is an attractive, large, open laboratory in the heart of Milan, featuring the innovative study programs needed to prepare for new professions and to face new challenges. The research and experimentation of today will illuminate tomorrow. We need creativity and intuition. This is a great opportunity. The challenges that lie before us are tough. Now's the time to take our destiny into our own hands, to seize the day, to pioneer the change. We must stay switched on. There's a need for transformation that cannot be overlooked.
Great. Welcome, everybody, to this webinar where you saw already a great introduction on how it is to study in Milan, and that might be you next year. So welcome to this session. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator of today, and you joined to hear about a possible successful start that can lead you to a master in engineering at Politecnico di Milano. Before we go over to the presenters that we have lined up for you, I'm going to briefly explain to you how this works because we like to interact with you as much as possible. Basically, you have different options at your fingertips. First of all, in the chat, you can say maybe where you're from, just to see, the international audience that we have connected. Also, the most important though is the question tab. There is where you can write your questions at any time, and we will be answering these at the end. So this is, of course, for the live audience. Now, also the people that watch the recording, you can also write your questions if you're watching this. We, of course, cannot answer this live, but the questions will be sent through to the staff of Politecnico di Milano, and they can come back to you probably by email. Also, we will open up pollings throughout the session. So the tab poll, you will see that later. And we have a little fun fact as well. You can click on emoticons at the bottom where you see the button react. And there you can give, for example, a thumbs up or any of those exactly. Those are the ones we like to see, just to react if you see something you like. Okay, good. Well, without further ado, let's start with the session. We go over to Gabriele in Milano. And Gabriele, you will introduce yourself and your students that you have with us. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, I'm Gabriele from Politecnico di Milano, in particular from the Students Recruitment Office. So basically our task is to promote Politecnico di Milano to our international audience and international prospective students. The presentation of today will cover a little bit Polytechnic in general terms, so who we are and what we do. And with me today we have also Ashan and Arti, which are our ambassador, and they're a student here at Politecnico di Milano right now. So I'll start the presentation with the okay, just to explain. Politecnico di Milano is one of the most important university in Italy and among the most important technical university in Europe. And again, we're focusing on architecture, design, and engineering programs. Today, we will talk a little bit more about the engineering program. First of all, just to give you a brief introduction of Milan. Milan is in the north of Italy, and it is the really beating heart of Italian economics. So you will be here, and again, there is a strong connection between Milan and the surrounding region because it is the most industrialized part of Italy, and it makes sense that the most important technical university, it is the most important region from the Italian economy. But it is also what links us to Europe, because Milan is really a cosmopolitan city, and it's renowned also for architecture and for its cultural life. I will ask my ambassador, do you have occasion to enjoy the Milan cultural life in general? Do you appreciate it?
Yes, sure, definitely. First, I want to introduce myself. Hello, everyone. This is Ayşem. I am from Istanbul, Turkey, and my bachelor is civil engineering and architecture. Right now, in Poland, I'm doing Master of Science, and I'm doing internal double degree. And my first major is management of built environment, and the second one is management engineering. For the questions that I got from Mr. Gabriel, is yes, definitely, because Poland is really student-oriented city, and we have lots of activities to do, like museums, exhibitions, and also concerts. So I am sure that you will also enjoy your classes and the activities you will have here.
And I'm Aarti from India. I'm doing my Masters of Science in Environmental and Land Planning Engineering. And yes, absolutely. Milan is a great place to live in, especially considering how lively it is in the day and the night. The rush is quite high, and just getting ahead with that schedule is just spectacular in that way. And with also concerning the life here, even Polytechnico offers a lot of different activities after school, after college, so that we can also enjoy that. So getting ahead with all of that, your schedule is completely packed.
Yes, exactly. And we are not only a city for where you study and work, but also a city with a huge and very important cultural offer, and it has a lot to offer. Of course, we are not located only in Milan. Well, we have two campuses, which are Milano Leonardo and Milano Bovisa. We have also other campuses in Lecco, Piacenza, Cremona, Mantova, and Como. And different courses and programs are hosted in different cities. Although the vast majority of programs are in Milan, we do not have only Milan. There are also this city, which are not far from Milan, actually, just maybe 1 hour of train or even less. There are smaller towns, but every one of these towns has its own pros, and they're really good for students in general, and then easy to live there. Milan and the Politecnico of Milano has a huge important research area. Since we are a technical university, but we are not purely theoretical, we also have a lot of different labs, and we do a lot of research here. In fact, we are the first university in Italy for projects funded by the EU Commission, and we are the leading university in Italy concerning patents, spin-off, and of course we have a lot of labs and different laboratories which are really cutting edge. The most famous are our wind tunnel and our polyfab, but in general we have since we have basically every possible branch of engineering, we have a lot of very different laboratories and researching groups. So research is one of our key points, and it is really beneficial for your career because we benefit also for practical experience, not only from a theoretical lesson, which are good but are not enough, as you can imagine. We also have a couple of websites where you can check most in-depth our research activity, which are Frontiere and Progressing Research, where you can see a lot of the different research activities that are carried on in our labs and in Politecnico di Milano. So you can really see by yourself what we do here and in which fields are most on the frontier of the research, basically. We have more master of most of our programs are taught in English, so especially concerning master degree. Almost every program of Master of Science is entirely taught in English, so you do not have to worry about proficiency in Italian. So the only basic fundamental requirement for that is to have a proficiency in English. And this is true for every area. Like these are our programs in architecture, and we have a lot of programs in that area since the first. It was the first to be developed in from Politecnico di Milano more than 150 years ago. But we are also famous for design. And coming to the most central topic, these are our Master of Science program of engineering. Would you like to talk more about your programs, Arti?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm doing environmental and land planning engineering. And honestly speaking, it's a fresh breath of air to come across a very versatile course. I've been enjoying the course top to bottom because some of the courses are not just so technical, but they're also conceptual. So understanding the problems and fixing it is what we go for. And especially considering environmental engineering, it's a very futuristic thing, and also it's very hard to contain. So consider, like, first you have to take the problem and then you have to find a solution for it. So doing that and exactly understanding the problem is a very important situation here. You need to understand the problem clearly in all sides so that you can do a proper solution to it. And I think Polytechnico offers courses in that way. So it's easy to understand the problem and then continue with the solution. So it's been going in a very smooth transition from my civil engineering bachelor's to environmental engineering. And I've been enjoying every single course that I take.
What about you? What's your program?
Okay, I want to introduce both of the programs. So my first major is management of built environment. If you have an economical or civil engineering or architectural background, you can attend this step. And we have different curriculums. And the best thing is it's flexible. So you can decide your own study path. And it's more about the real professional life and the collaboration with the real companies in the Milan. Since you are take a consideration of the Milan's location, it is the best. So we have lots of case studies. We can just consider how to do the best investments and how can we evaluate the built environments already we have. So it's a fresh and also holistic program. And regarding my second major, it's management engineering, also in Poland, in Warsaw campus. And in management engineering, it's again, we have several choices. So we have 13 curriculums. You can focusing on according to your basic understanding of your bachelor, and also according to your approach to do your profession. So you can focusing on entrepreneurship, technology, industry 4.0. So it's more about you, just follow me, offering you lots of choices.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, these are only two of our vast offer of program that you can see on the slide. Probably you have a lot more of question about your specific program. Maybe you see something that you're interested in, and you are wondering how this program is. Well, there's Arti and Ashian are just two of our ambassadors. In fact, we have at least one ambassador for every program, and we have this project which is called Ask a Student, where you can book an appointment with every ambassador for a single program. For example, you are interested in nuclear engineering, you can book an appointment with our ambassador from nuclear engineering and talk with her about the program. If you have some specific question about how's the teaching, how are the professor, which are the specific requirements, and in general, many technical questions that we as administrative staff generally we cannot help that much. So we have this opportunity. If you go on our website, there is the banner where you can click in and you can book an appointment with our ambassador. Don't be shy, because if you are interested in a program here, the best way to understand if it's suitable for you is not is talking with someone that is already studying here, so you can have a better idea of what is taught and what we do in every program. Yeah. And coming to the intake, if you are interested in joining us, there are several different windows where you can apply. For the next one, we start on the September the 8th, and we'll close on November the 8th. And so basically, you have 2 months to submit your application if you're interested in one of our programs, and to start in September 2023. So basically, next year there will be another intake from January to March, and we have a reserve intake for European students, which is additional to the previous 2, which is from March to May. And as an engineering prospective student, we have also the privilege to apply for the second semester. Maybe you are late with your degree, with your title, but we have the opportunity to start in the second semester only if you are applying to a program of engineering. So you can apply if you are non-European from May to July, and we'll start the lesson in the second semester. You also have this opportunity. But in general, it's always good to prepare all your documents in advance. Coming to more light subject, these are just some of our facility. We have many sport facilities. In fact, just around the corner, there is the brand new campus Giuriati, which was built quite recently, some years ago. It's really brand new. So if you are interested in sport, there are a lot of sport facilities, especially in Milan. But we also have some university accommodation, also in minor campuses like in Lecco or in Piacenza. So this is not focused only on Milan. And we have also, apart from the standard services, of course, for a disabled student, we have a lot of double degrees and an exchange program. You have a discount for cinemas. We organize different welcome activities. And since the pandemic is basically over, we are starting slowly to reorganize activity on campus. So you don't have to worry about that. And we also have the buddy program, which means that if you do not know anyone in Milan, you can book a buddy, which is a student already enrolled, that can help you to get accustomed to life in your campus, to student life, and in general to life in Italy. It is always better to have someone that can help you and provide useful tips to you. It is really beneficial if you don't know anyone here in Milan and you're afraid of being alone and not receiving enough help. Coming to sport, we also organized the Polimiran, which is basically a marathon in Milan, and we organized different championship also with other university against other university, which we compete with them. So if you're for a sport type of good person, you find it's really beneficial. Coming to the career service, it is one of our best part because our career service is really efficient and it provides a lot of guidance to students and organize job fairs, workshop. It is really efficient as it's, you can see from our employability rankings, which come not only from the fact that we are a technical university, but we have a lot of connection with different enterprises and industry, not only in our region, but also with multinational companies. So you're not, of course, stuck to be here. There are a lot of different options for you in this field because it is really efficient to provide internship if you request it. And in fact, as you can see, most of our international alumni found a job within 1 year from graduation, and half of them choose to remain in Italy in general. So, Arti and Ashan, have you had experience with the career service or in general with the internship or project with other institution?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I use the career service. It's so effective. I also encourage students to check after the meeting. Just you can type career service column in the Google and you will see yourself. So there are lots of important companies that are from the all backgrounds. So you can just create a profile after you being a Polonese student, and you can apply the existing job offers there. And there are lots of smart filters, so you can find the perfect match for your background, and you can have lots of job and internship interviews. So those are like before going to professional life rehearsal for you. And also, career service has several activities. You can join them. For example, how to prepare a CV, how to introduce yourself when you have a new job interview. So those are really helpful even after the graduation.
Do you have some experience with career service or in general with the other institution?
So I did take some group discussions with career service when I entered into Polemy. So career service also throughout the year gives you training to get to try and sit for group discussions and such, so that for your actual interview you will have the experience for it. So I did sit for one of them, and it was very effective because we did have a group discussion with somebody from the company, like from an actual company. So we get to know what they expect from us. We understand their expectations and what they see in a person during a group discussion or a personal interview. And so these skills are also throughout the year budded in you if you keep on in touch with career service. So I think it's been very helpful.
Thank you. And yes, these are our contacts. If you want to contact us, I'm sure that you will have a lot of questions if you are interested in our programs, and you can contact us anyway. You can find every information regarding more requirements, more specific requirements on our website. I strongly recommend to check it because we have also some specific requirements if you're graduating in certain countries, because entry requirements are different from country to country. So I strongly invite to check them on our website. And I will remind you again that we have the Ask a Student project. So if you have a specific question regarding your the program of your interest, we can contact directly and we can appointment with with a student that is already enrolled there, so they can they can answer to every tiny single to every single question that you have. So you will have it is not a chat, it is a virtual meeting, so you can discuss freely about your certification and what you require from your program. And yeah, that's basically the most of what we will have to cover. And yeah, I think that we can open the Q&A if you have more specific question, maybe about the procedure of the document. But again, one last thing, Arti and Ashan, do you have some specific recommendation or something that you would like to say to our prospective students? Maybe some recommendation, something to say.
Yes, sure. I have some suggestion. First, about application process, please don't stress yourself out and take this as a game. So each step is another level in a game. So you have to complete one by one. And also, Polini web page is so user friendly. Just check the web page about the application procedures and just complete the steps there, then it will be really easy for you. Everything is already there in detail. And about after the admission and coming to here, I can only suggest you that just enjoy your life in Milan and try to participate in all the cultural activities and also with your study life, just balance them all together. And the last thing will be just there is some free Italian course in Polony. Actually, it's mandatory to be graduated in Master of Science. So I just suggest you to follow the quest courses and try to learn some Italian. It's really helpful for you to find a job. Also, being a having a definite position here later on your work or in your study life, and you can try and enjoy your new language trials everyday life, so it's possible. Just encourage yourself about those.
And exactly as Ashin said, just go through the requirements, the application procedure clearly. They've written, like everything is written as bulletin points. So like you know that 1, 2, 3, this is what you need to do first. It's in priority order. So you know that back to back what you need to do. So it's very easy to follow. It's very convenient also. You don't need a lot of effort either, considering that there is no GRE mandatory. IELTS is dependent on your country. So just keep in touch with your requirements and the papers that you might need to submit for the application. And if you have them, you're done. It's very easy to submit. It's just one click away. And once you come to Milan, as she said, do take the Italian course. It does help to connect with the Italians here. The part of international experience is to enjoy the culture that they provide here, and it's been awesome. Milan and Italy in itself has great food, really great. So just do come here, and when you do take the Italian course and just try to get mingled with the locals here and just get to know the best places to eat from and to go to.
Okay, so if Luke agree, we can open the Q&A session if it's okay.
Yes. Okay, great. Well, thank you all of you already for your great input and feedback. So I'm sure that is very useful to the potential students that are online, live, or some watching the recording. So great to have you all join in. And we go indeed over to the questions. I already submitted a couple of links. I just want to emphasize I will submit a couple more So I know there's some questions about scholarships. So I will send a link in a little bit to that page as well. And I already shared with you the link to apply. So if you you want to find out about the procedure, it's actually now in the chat as well. So just to make sure that you have it. All right. We have a question from Maido, and he's a resident in Dubai, and he's asking, "Do I have to be living in the same country of citizenship?"
I don't get the question exactly. So do you have to?
So he's asking if he has to be the same resident as to be living in the same country of the citizenship. I guess he's not from Dubai. That is what I assume, and he's wondering about probably about the application if he has to be in the same
I think I can answer
country.
So you can apply from your country, from Dubai, yes, but you do need to get all of your document attested by the country that you're from. So, example, if you've done your high school in Dubai, or if you've done your bachelor's from Dubai, please do get your documents, your bachelor degrees attested by the government of that country. And when you're applying for visa, that will be a different, that will come from a different background. So you might have to go back to your country, or you can also apply from Dubai if you ask the consulate to consider you. I'm hoping that I answered your question.
I hope so too. I think actually he wrote, yes, that's what I mean. So I assume we did. Otherwise, Maido, let us know. Or
Yes,
you can get in contact.
Remember, of course, to keep really in touch with your consulate, because maybe some consulate can ask for additional documents in comparison to what we ask. So it is really beneficial to be in contact with your consulate way before the approaching of the deadline. So as you know, different consulates also have different times for also releasing the visa or releasing other kinds of documents. So we strongly recommend to keep in touch with them early, and even for what concerns the verification of your documents, don't wait the last useful minutes, because from my personal experience, it is better to move early when you want to do such documents.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Next question is from Alara, asking, could someone studying mechanical engineering, a master, can be specializing in mechatronics? It's a special case, but I don't know if you can say something about that.
Well, mechatronics, we do not have a very specific entire program regarding that, but I'm quite sure that there is a track on that on our on the program of mechanical engineering. So I will recommend to check in our website, because every program also has a lot of sub-track where you can specialize even more in some specific fields, and especially mechanical engineering or management engineering. There are a lot of programs that have a lot of different tracks with different exam, and in general that follow a different career paths. So I strongly recommend to check that on our website in general. This is true for every program, basically, because don't get scared just by the name, because under the same program there are many different areas, basically.
Okay, thank you. I just shared the link to the program catalog, as you probably saw. So if you click on the link, it opens up, and you can then, after the webinar, at your own pace, have a look at it. So I hope that's useful. Next question.
In any case, to add something, I recommend again to talk about this with our ambassador for mechanical engineering. So be sure he can answer every question regarding that if you have doubts about the program or exam and so on.
Perfect. Thank you. Next question is from Mehmet, asking, hi again, is it possible to study a master degree part-time? Because I'd like to work or do a job or internship during study in Milan.
It depends because non-European students have a limit of 20 hours per week if they wanted to work in Italy. So you just take care that you cannot exceed it. Then you should cannot exceed by law that number of hours. So it depends also from your job. But in general, I would not recommend that much because our programs are really demanding. So planning it because it is not always that easy to put together your work and your university. I just want to mention that we have a program which is called 150 hours, and it allows you to work inside the campus in our administrative office, for example, or to be an ambassador like them. So you are paid to work inside our campus, and it is really convenient because we do our best to accommodate that with your study schedule. So you don't have to worry that much about how to fit your work and your study in your schedule. So this is really beneficial for you to work here. And generally, we also need students who speak well English. So international studies students are welcome to this kind of program. So this is one of the many options to support your stay and your study experience here.
Great. Thank you very much, Gabriele. Great. So the next question we go over to Dabi and is asking about the scholarships, and actually also Angelo, if I say that correctly. Dabi is asking, do you offer scholarships to Chinese students? And Angelo from Albania, or if there's a reduction of cost. What can you say about that?
We do not have a country-specific scholarship. Basically, we have the merit-based scholarship, which are based on your basically on your previous career and during the application. So, for example, if you have an higher GPA, you can consider for them. So these are specific for international students, and again, they're based on your merit and your score. They have three rankings that comes from the very basic, which is a fee waiver. So you pay no taxes for study here, and there are other branches which are the a fee waiver plus 5,000 euro every year, and a fee waiver plus 10,000 euros every year. So those are really convenient. And the convenience about that kind of scholarship, the merit-based scholarship, is that they're given to you automatically if you are eligible. So if you got the admission and you're eligible for this kind of scholarship, let's see if you have again, you're considered merit worthy from our profession, you will receive the scholarship automatically. So you do not have to fill in a separate application from that kind of scholarship. We do not have a specific scholarship for students from China, but there are some scholarship from our government, our Ministry of our Foreign Office, basically, which are from a student from abroad. For example, the so-called Invest Your Talent in Italy, which is another type of scholarship from our government, but it is restricted to students only from a certain country, and China is included. There are also other countries like Indonesia, Korea, Turkey. There are a lot of countries included, but it's not exactly for everyone. But these are scholarships granted by our government. So this means that you have to fill a completely separate application for that kind of scholarship, and we do not manage it. Basically, these are the fundamental option for scholarship for international students.
Okay, great. Well, that's quite a lot of information. Also, I put the link to the scholarships, so you can check it out later.
Can I add one more thing?
Yes, go ahead.
About the scholarship. The thing is, when you check the Polymer web page, you will see all the scholarships that mentioned here. But please be careful about it, because again, you have to prepare some documents. For example, for investing in Italy, you have to prepare a video that's presenting yourself. For example, the income documents that will be necessary for some type of scholarship. So you have to prepare your income documents regarding your family. So please don't leave them till very last moment. Just try to prepare them in advance for ease of to use it, and also ease of to complete application for the scholarship.
And do check your government providing scholarships too. They do provide scholarships for studying outside. So just go onto your government website and just check if they do provide a scholarship to Italy. It's very normal, very commonly done. So do go through it thoroughly.
Yeah, that's also this other option, and many other countries in the world offer this kind of opportunity. I'm quite sure that countries like Indonesia, for example, there are a lot of countries that also have this offer, or they grant loans to students to study abroad. So thank you, Arti, to remember that, because it is also an important option.
Great. Thank you for your additions indeed. I hope that clarifies it. Otherwise, let us know. Next question we have. I have to check the name. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, because it's, I think, a Russian spelling. But the question is it possible to apply to you after the Belarusian college, so the secondary special education?
The Belarusian college, this is a very specific question about the recognition of the study title, and we will need something from the admission office to answer that. But in general, we accept only the bachelor's degree. So, but if it corresponds to a bachelor degree, there are some. It should be accepted. But regarding the specific aspect, I recommend to you to write to us, so we can check better your document and say to you once and for all if it's okay to apply with that title, or it is not eligible. Because in some countries there are documents that are considered from the university there, but are not exactly accepted here. So if you have that doubt, yes, it's better to ask us to be sure, because in general we accept only bachelor and other bachelor. And if you are, we also have some restriction for those coming from University of Applied Science, or like German Fachhochschule and so on. So please check them on our website.
Okay, thank you. I just see in the chat that her name is Olina. Okay, great. Thank you. Hope that clarified the question, Olina. Or otherwise, let us know. Next question is from Johannes. Johannes is from Ethiopia and a second-year student of civil engineering in China. I've got good grades and is an honorable graduate. He wants to start studying in Politecnico in Milan. And basically his question is, can I transfer my credits, or should I start from the first year?
If you are doing a master degree there, there is the possibility of the recognition of your credit, but first you need to be admitted. I mean, if you're applying to a Master of Science, the only study title that will be considered, it will be your bachelor degree. So if you're doing a master degree, you can apply for the recognition of your credit, but only after your admission. So it is possible, but it's not given for granted, because this is subject to evaluation by our professor and in general our teaching staff to say if they can accept this kind of exam, or and this other, so it is entirely up to them to decide if one exam is acceptable or not. But again, it is something that must be done after your enrollment, not before. If it is a single cycle degree, I mean a bachelor plus a master, because there's also this for that kind of programs. It comes to my mind Bulgaria. They have this kind of system. You can apply with your credits if your university does not release a bachelor, because it has this system of bachelor plus master just in one title. So you can apply if you have at least 180 credits, ACTS. So yes, it is possible, but first you need to be enrolled to the recognition of your previous career in order to shorten your career here.
Okay, thank you. Hope that answered your question, Johannes. Otherwise, let us know. You say, okay, thanks. So I assume it did. Well, great to hear.
Yeah,
That's
of course,
what this
if you
webinar
have
is for.
other
Yep.
doubts, write to us. If you have other details that you have about your title, so we will be glad to answer them.
Okay, that's good to hear. So, Johannes, otherwise, yeah, get back in contact if you have more questions. Next question we have is from Blaise. He's asking about the tuition fees for non-European students. Is there something you can say about that?
Yes, the tuition fee is the normal fee for non-European students is 3,900 euros every year. But of course, it can be reduced if you got a scholarship. For example, if you got a merit-based scholarship, the very basic one is a fee waiver. So you basically pay no tax for them. But again, the very basic fee is for non-European students is 3,900 every year.
Okay. I'm going to share with you still the application procedure. So that link is now available on the screen there as well. So if you click on it, it will open, and then you can check out the process, register online. The online application form is there, about the fee as well, so you can check the deadlines. So all that information is available there.
Yeah, for the application, the very basic requirement is to have, of course, a bachelor and any English language certificate, because if you are applying to a program not in English, of course, you have to demonstrate your proficiency. So these are the very basic requirements. Plus, of course, I've done a previous career which is in line with bachelor, with the master you're choosing from. You cannot change that much. So yeah.
Okay, well, the box just popped up on the screen, but yeah, we are at the end of the session. So you see on the screen that we like to hear your feedback, of course, how you feel the session went. Give us your grades. Let us know how we did. If there's anything missing or you would like to comment, of course, let us know in the chat. And well, we still have a minute. If you have any last questions, just let us know. Also, for the people that are watching the recording, you can still write your questions. You can still participate in also the polling, all of it. So do by all means do that. And questions and information will be sent through to the university so they can come back to you. And yeah, I hope that was useful for everybody. I already saw some people interested, so that is a good sign. And that's why we do this webinar for. So we hope to see some of you in Milan. I'm checking if there's a last question. Not at this stage, I see. Okay, so then in that case,
please contact us if you have anything to add, any curiosity, any question that can move you to study in Polini, because we want you to study here. It will be really beneficial for you and for your future career. So we really hope to see you in Milan, and don't hesitate to contact me from the recruitment office, or again our ambassador, which are really available and helpful. We know that because we have already received some very good feedbacks about them. So contact us if you need it. No worries.
great. Thank you very much. And with that, we round off the session. And thanks all of you, Gabriella, of course, but
you.
also the students. Thanks a lot for your time and your dedication and good, feedback and input. I'm sure this is very useful to the potential students thinking about going to Milan. And we hope this was useful for all of you and see some of you in Milan as mentioned. So for now, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are. And bye bye or ciao from our side.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye
See
bye.
you.